Ladies and gentle folks, today we're doing something quite different in the Base Battles franchise.
Yep. Universe. Base Battles franchise.
Tier lists, ladies and gentlemen. Tier lists. Everyone's heard of them. Everyone's fucking done them. It's
Except us.
Except us. It's pretty common. Our, I don't know if he'd consider us a friend, but our good friend Storyless, made a couple tier lists for us. Feel free to give him credit. He's right there. Let's follow him on Twitter.
Well, I don't think he made them. He didn't make them for us, but
he made them publicly. But still, credit to that guy.
And he said we could use them. I asked him, and he said, "Yeah, go ahead. That's cool."
So we're gonna be doing vehicles first.
Vehicle tier list.
And then later on, you'll see another video where we do weapons.
Before we start, let me just preface this by saying, this is our preference based on our play style and the vehicles that we use. We're not really like going through what has, we're not going to get into specifics like what has the most health and what yields the most damage and this and that.
Our opinion, our stuff.
You know, there's going to be stuff that people don't agree on. This is just based on what we like and what we prefer, and based on the way we play base battles. You may disagree. Feel free to do so, and let us know, where you disagree.
So let's jump in. Start with the dirt bike.
Ass.
It's pretty ass. You can get fucking headshotted. It's quick.
That's about all it has going for is it's quick.
Yeah, so this motherfucker is definitely a D tier, in my opinion.
Why is it not right at the bottom?
Well, it's still pretty good. It's like...
It's got some speed.
It's got speed. It's got great suspension, but you can get fucked by high-rank players.
I got you. Same with ATV.
ATV, pretty much the same thing, except a different skin. Now, Humvee, however, pretty mid, I'm not gonna lie. It's not bad, it's not good. It's a base tier vehicle, I feel like. You can't get headshotted. Little bit... Health is kind of low, but, like... It's still...
And it's not very fast, either.
But it's still alright, I guess. I'd say it's a C.
C tier?
Yeah, very mid-tier.
Snowmobile's the same as the others now? Or is it faster?
I feel like it should be an E, because it's very tippy, and it's got shit suspension.
Gotcha.
But I think it might be a little bit quicker, though. I don't know. Monster Truck, fucking F.
Really?
When the hell is that thing gonna get fixed?
When was the last time you saw that in game?
Like last week, but the dude blew up within like 5 minutes.
Serious?
He was gone. The steering is terrible. Suspension is mid. The way of attacking is ass. Like,
yeah,
that thing needs a rework. Behemoth.
Ooh, Behemoth.
If you use this, you are a puss. That's all I have to say.
Why?
You have to hide in a vehicle with 8,000 health. And then wait for it to blow up, and then die, and then get another vehicle. Fucking F.
But wait a second, though.
F for the people that fucking use this thing, but just in general, B.
Yeah.
Because it is a pretty good item, but if you use that, you are puss, and you need to fucking do some on-foot fighting.
They need to cool down on that thing.
Biplane S.
S?
What else do I have to say? S, man. The content we were able to make with this shitty little clown car.
Isn't S...
S is the best.
But why is it S? Why doesn't it start with A? Like, why is everything alpha order except for this?
Because S is like super.
Okay.
And what else do I have to say about Biplane? It's like the best fucking plane there is.
Are you joking right now?
No, it's like the clown car. We got a few videos just from this Biplane.
But we're talking about gameplay here.
Man, I don't give a fucking out gameplay.
I feel like that should be lower. Like, I think that should be, like, next to the Humvee, man.
Bruh, no way. A at the minimum.
Dude, you're talking about, like, gameplay. You're talking about gameplay. Like, yeah, we've had some laughs with the thing, but is it actually a really good vehicle? No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's fucking not.
For starter players, you're thinking of fucking, like, prestige level. But if you were a new player, that shouldn't get you on top of Shanghai. If you didn't have this thing, you'd have to take a Humvee to the fucking elevator.
Okay, yeah. If this is your first... This is going to be the first air vehicle you buy, and it's okay. But it's, like... S tier? Come on.
Bruh, it's a clown car.
I disagree, but you can do what you want.
Okay, B then.
I disagree, but you can do what you want, man.
Fighter. It's the same thing as biplane, kind of, but it's got a gunner on it. I'm putting it a C, honestly. It's pretty much biplane with a faster fire rate and a little bit faster engine.
I can't believe you're putting biplane above fucking fighter. Okay.
Biplane has like 7 seats or some shit.
Okay.
No, it's got 4. Sorry.
Okay.
But still, I like biplane a lot better than fighter.
Okay.
Sleigh. I don't really know what to say about that.
It's got speed.
It's got speed.
That's about it.
But ever since that nerf, where you couldn't fly through tunnels and shit, it really got a hard hit.
Yeah.
And you can get headshot.
D?
D. Yeah, I'm sorry. Bomber. F. I'm joking. I'd say honestly A or some shit. Like ever since that.
That's probably your first good air purchase.
Yeah, like it's pretty good. And ever since that change they did, it actually takes skill to use now. So I feel like this is definitely an A or a B. Probably a B, actually. I'm gonna do B. Lambo. Mid.
Not great.
Not great. It's very stiff, like an erect penis. It has no suspension. It's bouncy and it can tip.
That's not very agile.
C.
Jet. That's an A. No.
Yeah, like that is probably one of the most. That's like an OG, like...
That's like our go-to air vehicle,
exactly.
Right?
Like, if you want to get somewhere quick with something basic, maybe have a missile if you need it, that's definitely, like, a pretty good air vehicle. I'm not
You just
gonna
can't
lie.
really take people is the only problem. But, you know, our style of play, we're not really, you know, transporting people, so...
Stealth bomber? Fucking F. If you use stealth bomber as your main vehicle... You are puss. And if you're one of the people that will fly back to base to get another stealth bomber with full health, you are triple puss.
D?
Yeah.
Really?
It's kind of bullshit. Like, well, as a vehicle, it's probably a B or a C.
Exactly.
I still kind of hate the vehicle, though, because I've had no death rounds, but since this thing has no fucking wheels, it'll blow up at random when leaving the runway, and that causes me to get shit KDRs. So this thing is definitely going to be lower than Jet. Banshee, man. E, like, D, E or
Why?
D. That Nerf, man, that thing, that f***ed it. It was pretty good before, but now it's like kind of dead. It's almost like the what do you call it? The Mars rover, the Cybertruck thing down there.
Really? Okay.
Maybe a D. Default heli.
That's ass.
Do I really have to say more? Like that's a
Same with the Wiener
the
helicopter.
Wiener helicopter. Like they're sitting ducks. Like
Yeah. No,
the idea of the transport helicopter was cool,
in
but
theory, yeah.
nobody flies with other people. Like.
Osprey is really kind of mid now too, no?
Yeah, I can
But
still finger pretty hard. I'd say D, maybe. Definitely above Banshee. Maybe C.
Yeah?
Pretty mid, not gonna lie. Fucking missile, whatever you call it. It's attack helicopter now, but I still call it cargo heli. I'd say B. The people who use it are kind of puss, though. But it's a very good, like, mid-tier helicopter.
It's still a good offensive vehicle.
Now, Rustcopter.
It's fast.
So many people are going to disagree with me, and people always cry when it's their first spin, but it's pretty fucking good if you think about it. I'd honestly say B, like, it's
what?
Yeah, like, yeah, you can get headshotted and shit, but if you just bob and weave, like, you're pretty much fine, and, like, it's almost like a Sky DeLorean. It's not bad.
Okay. That's a lot higher I would have ranked it.
What would you have done? C, maybe?
Like D?
Bruh. You are just disrespecting the
Okay,
clown
so
cars.
maybe C.
Okay, let's do C then.
I still think the friggin' biplane is too high, but that's just me.
Bruh. Warthog? See, that's like the old A10.
That's not really...
Nobody really uses it, and whoever does use it, they probably bought it by mistake, not knowing that there's better purchases out there. I'd say D or C, honestly. Maybe C. It's slower than Jet, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Weapons aren't great. They're the same. I mean, you got triple gunner, but who cares about that? Now, this thing. I swear there's like 90% of the base battles player base don't know what that vehicle is. The armored speedboat.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? Nobody I swear to God, I've never seen anybody use this in a public server.
That's an F.
That's an F.
It's gotta be, no?
Armored Humvee?
That's a decent vehicle.
I'd say like a C or a D again. Like, actually, no, maybe a C or a B. It's kind of in the mid-range. Like, it was good, but then it kind of got nerfed. I'm gonna say C, honestly. It's a very mid-range vehicle. The boat. I feel like all boats are just F.
Nobody's using them, yeah.
Nobody's using them. Sorry, boats.
There's not really much of a use for it.
There's no use. Now, Z-Wing, it's alright. I never use it. I can't really say much about it. It's kind of quick. I'm pretty sure it has a laser gunner on it. I don't know how much damage it does. It's very similar to Interceptor, except it has jet flying. It doesn't have Interceptor flying. I'm gonna just say like B or C.
I see.
I'd say B.
Yeah, I see people using it. Same with, I think Interceptor is probably the same. Like
Interceptor.
Although the Interceptor might
Interceptor
be more
has
agile.
a lot better maneuverability.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say A. Now, police car. That's our first S. Need I say more?
Fastest ground vehicle.
Best suspension. It can tip pretty easy, but it's got like 2,000 or something health. It's quick. It's friggin' annoying with its siren. The train.
Yeah, I wish you could turn that off.
Train. S.
Sick health.
Sick amount of health. It's almost as fast as, I'd say, a DeLorean. That's an S. I'm sorry. So many people are gonna disagree, but that's fucking S.
Hollow ship.
Hollow ship.
A?
I'd say A or S. This was the A10 before the A10 came out. And not many people have this thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say S. Now this bull. No, the bull.
It was OP.
It was OP. It was also fucking annoying. I'm gonna say like it got nerfed heavy too. I'm gonna say now it's kind of like a D or a C.
Yeah, it's not great.
Get headshotted on it and shit. Light bike is kind of like
It's fast, but that's about it.
It's fast. You can get headshotted, and you can turn on the spot without like moving. I'd say like maybe a B or a C, cause like the light bike is what you buy when you're too lazy to grind for police car.
Yeah.
So B, I guess.
I see a lot of people using it for capturing points.
Now, I've never used the default dragon, like ever.
No.
It's always Drake. But default dragon, I'm pretty sure it's kind of ass from what I've heard. And yeah, it's a dragon's, and it's kind of a bullshit vehicle, so I'm gonna say D. Same with Drake, but maybe Drake's a bit higher because of his damage.
Yeah.
And
VIP truck.
okay, now Voldex. When is the VIP truck gonna get a nice like rework or something? Like, this thing was so cool when people like first bought it. Like, I remember whenever someone first bought VIP, they always used this instead of their Humvee.
Yeah.
And the turret on the back was sick when it was first there, but it's kind of ass. It's kind of slow. It has little to no health. And the turret on the back isn't 360 degrees. And I think they could totally reskin this thing, make the turret at 360 degrees, buff its health, buff its damage a little bit, and it'd be a perfect Game Pass vehicle.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it's a C or a D. For what it is right now, I think it's a D.
You don't see them very often.
Now, Turkey Mech, I don't even remember what this did. Didn't it have a machine gun on it or something?
Yeah, it's like the Bull, but I don't even think it was as good as the Bull.
I would say like E.
Yeah, it's really a meh.
And the bear.
Polar bear is the same, like...
It's not that great.
No. I mean, it's got health and it'll strike a heavy blow, but I mean...
It's kind of hard because you can just run out of its way.
Yeah. Reindeer kind of eh.
Reindeer might be an F, honestly. It's kind of no attack. No attack. It's just kind of fast.
Yeah.
And this thing. It was cool when it first came out, but dude, that thing had no handbreaker torque.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's kind of better now. I'm gonna say E, really. Lunar balloon.
That's an F, I think.
Yeah.
What is it good for, really? Some of these things I feel like are just collector items. They really are not useful.
Yeah, no, Cobra.
It's like part of a bundle, you know?
Yeah. These three right here are really going to be quite shit when the vehicle cooldown comes out. But right now, the people that use Cobra are either puss, and they can't fight on foot, or they just want something to rack up a couple kills before the thing gets too low in health. So I'm going to say this is kind of like a mid-tier item, because this thing is going to get fingered when the vehicle cooldown comes out.
But are you basing your grading on it getting fingered, or where it's at now?
Well,
because we don't know exactly how much.
In my opinion, I do not like it where it is now. Like, the health is low.
I know, but as a vehicle for someone, you know, hey, should I get it?
I'd say no. I'd say save up your dough. It's 5 million, isn't it? From what I remember?
I can't remember.
It was in the million range, and it's not really as good as A10 in my opinion. I'd say it's kind of mid. It's gonna get a nerf when vehicle cooldown comes out. It has not a lot of health, but that doesn't really matter if you're doing hard fingering. The friggin' bullets and damage on it is pretty good. I'd say it's kind of low. Because the only good thing about it is kind of the damage and shit. Like, would you say a D?
I like it. Actually, like, I would put it higher if it were me, because
like B maybe.
I've used it quite often. Like, it doesn't have a lot of health. It's not very fast, but the weapon system's OP.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it in B.
And like, I've fingered so many A10s with it. Like, so many Thunderbolts with it.
A Spitfire.
That's pretty sick.
It's an S. Like, it's what I've seen people call it, the A10 Hunter or the Thunderbolt Hunter, because I use it for exactly that as well. It's perfect for hunting down, like, very dangerous air vehicles. But you just can't let anybody get behind you because it's kind of hard to turn around.
Yeah.
I'd say this is definitely an S. Now, A10 is probably a little bit lower, in my opinion. It's probably an A. People who use it are kind of puss. A lot of people use it for vehicle main and vehicle camping.
Nope.
They get the thing at low health, they just fly back and grab another one. Kind of a bullshit item, I'd say A, but it will get hardcore fingering when vehicle cooldown comes out.
Yeah.
The flying testy. The flying sickle.
It's fast.
It's got Banshee Gunner on it.
Yeah.
I've been fingered by it before. I'd say it's like C, maybe.
Yeah. It's not great.
Missile truck, D. Like, it's kind of ass. You need a dude in the back, and you can't move it. If you're on the turret, you're exposed by splash damage.
Kind of slow.
Gingerbread plane, I'd say that's an S. It's a great, like, Gingerbread's an S tier item, I swear. It's a great collector's item. It was the Spitfire before Spitfire.
Yep.
It's definitely an S. The Nux car, I'd never use it.
I don't know what to say about this thing.
It's a Game Pass item, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a standalone Game Pass item. It's got some speed.
It's like quick. I swear when I first saw it, I thought it would have some damage mechanic to it, like run into people and like spike them or something. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of ass though. It's like one of the slower vehicles, I think. It's kind of quick, but it's not as quick as like DeLorean, I don't think.
E tier?
E or D? I'd say E. Lunar Dragon. I never see high-rank players using that thing. The only people that use it are the people that just unlocked it and are, like, really wanting to, like, finger. It lights people on fire, which is alright, I guess, but you can't move while you're breathing fire, so you're kind of stuck there whilst it's fingering, so I'd say, like, D.
Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, you really don't see... I mean, you only see people using it because that's all they were able to get. That's all they could unlock on the wheel, you know?
Now, the light tank.
This was a great free-to-play item for people who are smart enough to grind for it.
Yeah.
It's got some speed. It's got some health.
Fire
It's got
rate.
a decent weapon system.
Fire rate, like...
I mean, prestige, high-rank players are going to disagree and say this is, not great. But they're basing that on the fact that they have something better.
Yeah.
For a lower-ranked player, this is a great item.
Like, we got this on Nobody Guy accounts, and, like, it's amazing.
Yeah, like I wanted this on the Noob to Pro because it's good.
It's good.
For a grindable item, it's a good item.
I'd say A tier, S tier. Probably S.
Really?
No, I'm gonna do A.
Yeah.
See, this thing was really cool when it first came out too, but
it's kind of like the Nux card.
It's kind of like Nux
really
card,
have
but with
a lot
a gunner.
of use. I've never even used the gun. I can't even speak about the gunner. I don't know how good it is.
It's like the VIP truck, pretty much.
Okay.
But except there's no dude on the back. The driver operates it.
Oh,
this thing needs
that's better then.
It needs a little rework, but I feel like it could be good. Like, I feel like the RAM at the front could maybe do something kind of like the monster truck.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more health and speed, because it's not like a tank, but it's almost as slow as a tank. I'd say it would be a B if it got a little rework, but right now, I think it's like a C, a D, or an E.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a D. Regular tank. It's not as good anymore since the light tank was free to play, and it wasn't as hard to get. And it's better, like I've outgunned default tank with light tank.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe a C. Did you say C? I'm gonna say C.
Yeah.
Railgun tank. Probably an E.
Not great.
Like, it really got a heavy nerf.
It does damage, but it's slow, its maneuvers like shit, and you really gotta be far away to get the right angle on an air vehicle.
The only people that really use that thing are the people that sadly got it on their first Prestige.
Yeah.
So that's definitely an A tier for me. Now, this thing was really cool, like back in Josh and Isaac times. I remember I was playing with a bunch of dudes. I'm pretty sure it was Josh, and I remember them loading up like a ton of guys into the back of the thing, and they rolled up on our team, and then they just fingered us. Like this would be the transport heli. If the transport heli was good. This is an alright noob vehicle, but it's kind of slow. The gunner doesn't do much.
Yeah.
You have to be in the passenger seat for the gunner.
Yeah.
But if people actually use teamwork, I feel like Wiener Heli in this thing would be pretty good. I'm gonna say, like, D. Probably C, actually. I'll say D. For now. Now, weird thing about this list, it doesn't have the new buggy. It just has the old one. Do you think we should base the old one on the new one or something? Like, how do you think we should do this buggy here? Just based on old one, I guess.
Yeah. And just speak to the new one, maybe?
Okay, the old one had 1,000 health. Kind of not as slow as DeLorean. It was 100k, which is not that great considering this was only 100k more.
Not as slow as DeLorean?
I mean, not as fast as DeLorean.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's definitely an E. DeLorean probably a B or a C. It's definitely a great. Oh shit! I didn't even put it there. It's definitely a great like noob tier vehicle. It's like the noob tier police car, kinda.
Yeah.
Like
it's a very versatile vehicle. It's got some decent speed. Doesn't have a lot of health. Good speed. And easy to maneuver, and it can really go over almost any terrain. Like, it probably shouldn't be able to, but I go to this vehicle often.
Yeah, I'm gonna say maybe B.
Yeah, I like it.
So, that's our list, ladies and gentlemen.
Feel free to disagree. I'm sure that
many people would disagree with the biplane, probably. That's what I'm assuming.
I kind of disagree with the biplane.
Man, you a
I understand your rationale, but I think it might be a tier too high, but whatever. You know, people are going to disagree. This is our opinion. They're going to have their opinion. That's fine.
Yeah, we're just basing it on how good it is in general battle.
Based on our experience.
Yeah.
Again,
based on using it, based on dying by it, it's...
People are going to have different opinions based on their experience, you know what I mean? And based on their preference. This is just ours, you know. Feel free to disagree. Let us know, you know, what you disagree with and why. But this is just based on our experience, you know what I mean? And our play style. We're really not getting into specifics. Oh, well, you know, like this has more health, this does more damage. That's not what this is based on. That's all. You're not gonna say do like a goodbye or whatever?
Like what?
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So, bye-bye now, shitheads.
Oh, bye-bye.